Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to G Bear's Off-Grid Ways, a homestead in the desert. I'm glad to have you with me here tonight, and I'm going to make this a short video because I'm working indoors all day today. Even though it started off calm as can be, the winds just started picking up about an hour ago. I had to get everything done in here. So you can see all the sanding and all the mudding and the taping is all done. Everything is all feathered in. Everything's nice and straight. Corners are all done. Ceilings are all done. And it's just looking good right now. But I've got to get some paint so I can get paint down here. And then get my blinds back up on the side windows. And get my hooks back up to hold the strings from the blinds inside of these windows. All that kind of stuff. It's all got to get back up. So today is May 17th, 2020, and you can see I've got one of the covers in place there, but it's not screwed in place because I got to take it off to do painting. I just slid it up the wire and hooked it there because that's where the TV is going to hide that stuff. It'll be right over the top of that. And the TV is on a swivel mount, so no matter where I am in this room, I can pull it out and rotate it. So when I do put, right in this area, I'll be putting a sofa bed. When I do put that in, if I have somebody spending the night and they want to watch TV, they can rotate the TV to the position they want it and lay in bed here with their head up this end and watching the TV. All right. So you remember the big crack, the damaged panel in the ceiling? Well, that's what it looks like now. Once that's all painted, you'll never know that thing was broken in half, right? Oh, look at that. Pantry doors are in place. The frame is all painted. Oh my gosh, isn't that nice? So yeah, these things worked out great. Here's the pipe on the inside, as I was saying. It goes almost the whole length of the door, and that's to keep the door from wanting to warp. The 4 hinges on that side will keep that side straight, but I don't want this side tweaking and twisting so it doesn't close properly. So there's the knobs that I painted black to go on here. And yeah, this one opens up too. And the pipe is on the inside. Now this one is going to have 2 spice racks. It's going to have one that'll be just below this shelf. So the top of tall containers like this will be down in this spice rack down here. And then the smaller spices that I have, like this stuff and these other little ones here, this will all go into the little racks at the top here. And I'll set them up just like they do in the store. They'll be in alphabetical order, so when I'm looking for something, I just go in here, start at A at the top of the shelf, and work my way back and forth all the way down to as the alphabet goes up. And then I'll do the same thing with the larger ones because I like to buy these from Smart and Final. They go a long way, and as long as you don't let them get too exposed to heat or anything like that. But things like oregano, I never throw that out because that's a natural antibiotic for chickens. So if it gets old and past its time and it doesn't have any flavor left, I'll mix that with a little water and toss it into the chickens and make sure I keep them healthy. But yeah, a lot of this stuff is going to come off of the shelf here and go onto a rack here. Now on the inside of this one, I'll have my broom hanging right here going all the way down. Now, I always hated when people hang a broom on the inside of a door, and every time you open the door and it goes bang, bang, bang. Well, I'm going to alleviate that situation by putting a little metal plate down at the bottom, and then on the broom itself, I'm going to put a little round magnet on the part that holds the bristles. So once it's on the hook here, it'll go click right against the magnet and it won't swing. So that'll take care of that situation. So anyway, Let me step back and show you how nice that looks. Oh, isn't that nice? Yep. So that's ready. All these walls again are all sanded, painted. The ceilings are all sanded, not painted, but sanded already. Everything is ready for paint now. So I've got all of this stuff done. This side of the wall done. And yeah, my camera's hanging down there, but that's because I've got to paint anyway. And I'm not going anywhere. But if I do, I'll just hang it back up there with one screw while I'm waiting. All right. So I went through all of that. Now, how did I get this all taped, sanded, and all in one day so quickly? Well, this machine right here. Okay, this is the greatest invention ever. That big wand right there is a drywall sander. And you see that it's a free-floating head on there, so it rotates and stays flush against the wall. And then it uses these 9-inch round hook and loop type sanding discs. Now this one's gotten torn up a little bit because I hit a couple of boxes with it, electrical boxes when I was going around, but it still sands. Now, the nice thing about this is that it is actually hooked into a vacuum, so when you turn this thing on, the vacuum automatically turns on. And when you shut it off, this is the on-off switch right here. When you shut it off, the sander quits spinning, but the vacuum runs for another 15 seconds after that to make sure it gets all of the dust into the unit. Now inside of this unit, it's got a bag in there, so everything goes into the bag. But every now and then a little bit of the drywall dust gets past the bag, and there's a filter in here so that it doesn't come back out into the room that you're working in, so you don't have dust flying around. And this little knob right here is a slammer. You pull it out and slam it like that, and that knocks the dust off of the filter that's inside of there. You can also lift this here, and there's the filter right there. So when you do your final cleaning, you pull the filter out, and I usually take it out and knock all the dust out of it, and then use my air compressor to blow it out nice and fresh and clean so it's ready for the next run. Now the dust that's in the bag, I said, yeah, you usually throw the bag away, but I won't be doing that. I'll be saving that. I'll be putting it into one of the yellow buckets out there, or a couple of yellow buckets as I build it up. And then down the line, when I need to put some gypsum into the bottom of my pond to help hold water, that'll all go in there. So it'll go back to the earth from whence it came. All right. So I got all of the knobs on, as you can see. I got them on over here also. So now it's real easy to grab a hold of the cabinets and open them up and close them. So that part is all done. And let's see what's next on my list as I'm going through here. Oh, yeah, I'm going to go pick up, I'm going to get 5 gallons of exterior semi-gloss paint, because I'm going to go with a color like Swiss coffee. Now, so I know Swiss coffee is a very popular color, so a lot of the places jack the price up higher on Swiss coffee than they do on other colors. You can even get a custom color, usually cheaper than Swiss coffee. And Swiss coffee is an off-the-shelf color. So they know people are coming in for Swiss coffee, so they get a few extra dollars on there. And I'm not going to play that game. So I'll go in there and price everything out. And if Swiss coffee is a decent price, I'll buy it. Because I don't want cheap stuff. They got this speed wall stuff. It's like $60 for 5 gallons. Oh, you get what you pay for when it comes to paint. So trust me, don't even waste your time with that. You'll get a color on your wall, but you won't get a seal. So I'll get some a little bit better paint. It'll probably cost me about $160 for 5 gallons, but it'll last a heck of a lot longer and it'll be more durable. So I'll go in and I'll check the different colors out and see what I can get out of that. So that's about it for today, everybody. I'm going to cut this one off short here and get ready to make my dinner. I'm thinking tonight is probably going to be buffalo wings, or spicy buffalo wings. And all I'm waiting for is for the buffalo to land so I can run over and clip his wings. Oh yeah, right. But I do have the, let's see if I can get to it here. Can I get everything shoved in here? I got the Frank's Red Hot right there ready to go to put on my buffalo wings. So yeah, this stuff, I like keeping this around because if I don't feel like making my own sauces, I make my own pizza sauce, I make my own spaghetti sauces. But sometimes when I'm here by myself, I'm not going to spend all day making sauce and then have to figure out how to store the excess and where to store the excess. But down the line I will. I'll be putting it in canning jars and putting it on a shelf. But for right now, I just keep those handy. So if I feel like having spaghetti and meatballs, I can make it up real quick. It doesn't take nothing but heating up the sauce. And I've been dying for a pizza lately. And since this COVID-19 thing going, the pizza parlors are all closed, even though they got deliveries. I'm way out in the middle of the desert, so I'm not going to get a delivery out here. So what I will do is I'll make my own pizza because I've been doing that for years. And I'll be doing that real soon. I'll make a couple of larges and invite my neighbors down to help me consume them so I don't have to store leftovers in the fridge. All right, everybody, that's it. G-Bear reminding you to give me a thumbs up down there. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. G-Bear signing off.